When I talk about which problem, what are the biggest issues that the U.S. Gets involved in, or what the biggest issues that the UN gets involved in, one of the things that troubles me is if you look back over the last 10 years, that the UN has written out resolutions, and I printed it off as well, we have the same problem over and over and over and over again, right? And literally, if you go through the resolutions that, let's go all the way back to the resolutions of 2004, they'll talk specifically about the problems that are happening in Libya, the problems that are happening in Iraq, the problems that are happening in Afghanistan, the problems that are happening in Somalia. And so they draft all of these resolutions and they have no effect. They don't solve any of the problems. So we become a symptomatic society where we address the symptoms, we never solve the problems. And then you have to look at, you know, do we not have the ability to solve the problem? And if we draft this resolution, is this just an exercise in futility? Well, Emil and I were talking, and actually this is an exercise in futility. I hope we can solve it. I hope that as we break out into groups, we can come up with resolutions that will actually be something we can present that are actually solvable problems. But as we break up, and one group starts working on a solution over here, another group starts working on a solution over here, we're going to come together and we're going to try and, you know, kind of put those together. And my guess is, based on the experiences we've had, that they're not going to align. Right? So if it's that hard for us to sit here in a room with the limited information that we have to come to some sort of solution in that area, how difficult is it for them in that region with all the complexities of race, religion, culture, and everything else that exists? How easy is it for them to make a decision or to make resolutions or pass, create solutions that can be used to solve the problem? Because so far we haven't done much. And then as we get through this, we're going to come back to why it's important. You know, why are we doing this? Right? And it comes down to why Trac5 was developed. If all of the initial, I'm actually letting the cat out of the bag is why we're doing this, but if all of the things that we traditionally do to solve conflict aren't working, don't we have to do something different? Or are we going to do the same thing over and over and over and over again? And then 10 years down the line, we'll be at the 10th anniversary of the summit, and we'll be talking about the same thing. And we'll be looking back at the UN resolutions that have been for the last 20 years, and we'll say nothing's changed.